One of the benefits of meditation and self-reflection is that you can slowly dissolve your ego. What does the word ego mean? Ego is often correlated with pride, and it is the object which makes humans suffer in their human existence. Here's the analogy that I wrote about in my book to help you better understand what the ego is. Imagine that there was a famous actor, and this actor was casted for a role which they could not leave until the movie was over. The character that this actor had to play was a poor individual, with no food, no shelter, no friends, no family, no support systems, nothing but trouble, nothing but problems, and nothing but burdens all around them. If this actor forgets their original identity and really starts believing that they are the character that they're playing, they will suffer through their entire experience. Every scene would cause the actor pain, and they would never look forward to the next scene because they would anticipate more pain. Playing this character will make this actor have mental and emotional distress, and it would overall be a terrible experience for them. If this actor could only remember who they were before playing this character, they would have a happier experience. Even if the scene required them to get hit by a bus, they would be happy and they would be chill. They would put their best effort forward, and every scene would be exciting for them. Just like this actor, we're all playing a character, and because we forgot our original state, we're all suffering in some form of way in this movie we call life. Hardly does anybody seek their original identity. If you ask the average person who are you, they would correlate themselves with the profession they have, with where they live, with what religion they follow, with what culture they have. But all of this is just the ego. The problem with the ego is not only does it keep you from remembering your original identity, but it also causes conflict in your life when somebody's ego is on the polar opposite of yours. One person's ego makes them like one football team. Another person's ego makes them like a different football team. So now even though these two people don't know each other and that they have more in common than in uncommon, they'll still hate each other and they'll still fight. One person's ego makes them like one political view, and another person's ego makes them like a different political view, and the same conflict occurs. The ego is the poison which makes every single human being suffer. So how can you self-realize and dissolve this ego? If you can answer this question, you will reach nirvana and enlightenment in this lifetime. This is the ultimate question. Dissolving your ego will open your third eye, where you'll love everyone, you'll have compassion for everybody, you'll care about everybody. You won't be too associated with a political party or this party or that party. No, you're a spiritual being. Everybody else is a spiritual being. We're all the same, and therefore you will love everybody. If I have dissolved my ego and somebody comes up to me and says something hateful to me or hurtful to me, I won't get angry at them. I'll realize that this is their ego at play and they have yet to self-realize. So instead of getting angry at them, I'll pray for them and I'll say, sorry that you feel this way. I wish you nothing but the best. This is the power of somebody who has dissolved their ego. You cannot get offended, you cannot get hurt, you cannot get insulted. Nobody could bother you, nobody could disturb you. You know the truth. So how can you dissolve the ego? In order to dissolve the ego, you must first identify what is part of your ego, this imaginary character you're playing, and what is truly you. How can you do this? Here's an exercise that you can do to find this answer. Sit down and close your eyes. Imagine finding yourself in the middle of the forest. You have completely lost your memory and you no longer associate yourself with the same things that you currently associate yourself with. Imagine this version of you has high intelligence but has also a clear consciousness, just like a baby. Once you get comfortable with this imagery, ask yourself, what would this version of you be like? Any differences between you and that version of yourself is the fake ego that you're associating yourself with and is causing you suffering. Any similarities between the two versions is what you truly and eternally are. For example, let's say I identify as a doctor, but that version of me wouldn't know what a doctor is. So claiming that I'm a doctor is part of my ego. I've identified that. Let's say I'm a father, but that version of me wouldn't remember that they had children. So saying that I'm a father is part of my ego. Let's say I claim to be a certain religion. That version of me wouldn't know what that religion is. So claiming to be a part of that religion is my ego. Let's say I'm a certain race and I don't like anybody else that's the opposite race of me. Well, that version of me wouldn't know what race is, what country is, what nationality is. In fact, if that version of you seen somebody who looked different than you, just like a child, you would more than likely want to play and spend your time with that person. So you cannot say that you're a race that's part of your ego. If you're able to identify the false elements of your ego, you'll soon be able to dissolve them. And when you dissolve them, that's when you wake up your super consciousness, your third eye. When you dissolve your false ego, you'll remember who you truly are. Spiritual, eternal, immortal, brave, kind, smart, caring, loving, the same as everybody else, universally accepting, peaceful, happy. All of this will come directly to you, but it's very difficult for this to come to you as long as you associate with the false ego. The false ego is like that person in a relationship which makes you think that you need them, but in reality, all they're doing is abusing you. Once you step away from it, you'll realize how much happier you are without this aspect of yourself. So my friends, I hope this was helpful and I hope that I see you next time. Thank you. Hare Om. If you enjoyed this video and are interested in meditation, spirituality, and living a true and meaningful life, then please make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel so that I can know if these videos are actually helpful.